What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. RK Rottweilers. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We're going to throw it out there right at the very beginning. We're closing in. We're doing really good. We're doing really good. Thanks for the support, everybody. I appreciate it. Goodness gracious. Just a lot of the comments that are getting left, things like that. One thing I did notice that was really cool when I look into the analytics of everything is that when I first started going, I probably only had maybe 1 or 2% of the audience was female. And I just looked today and it's like almost 30%. So that is really cool. You're talking to a man that has 6 daughters, you know. I had 7 aunties, mom, grandma, all that. So I come from a family of women. And, you know, my wife, my kids, and everybody else, I know how much they love these dogs too. So it's not just the guys. You know, the ladies love the Rottweilers. We picked up a professional scale for the little knuckleheads. Really, the purpose of this is for me to be able to kind of monitor the weight, how it fluctuates between the seasons out here, because I want to know, you know, what they're gaining, what they're losing, how much they're eating, things like that. So I'm really starting to monitor that too, because this is going to be our first full summer out here, you know, coming out of the winter time. And for those of you that don't know, when you're in a climate like where I'm at, which is really hot and really humid, the dogs just don't eat as much. You know, they're not as active. So if you're in a climate like that and your dog's just not really eating as much, there's a reason for that. You know, when that heat hits, they just don't eat the same. It just, you know, it is what it is. Not a big deal. But it made me think of something. And it's something that I've been seeing a lot lately. And it's a trend that's really, I mean, it's hilarious to me, but it's kind of disturbing, you know, on the other end. It's like the old tale of the old fisherman, right? You ever ask that fisherman what size fish he caught? It's always going to be compared to what he really caught, okay? And a lot of breeders do this, and a lot of people that just, you know, even own dogs, you know, they're trying to impress people. It's always, my dog weighs 182 pounds. Well, I highly doubt that, number one. Number two, if it does, it's probably not in the best, you know, health range. It's probably, you know, not too active. It's probably not the best thing for that dog. But I see it a lot. I see a lot of people showcasing dogs that really aren't the age that they say they are, because it makes them look a lot bigger. And then, yeah, when you see people that are, you know, bragging too much on just weights, that's already something to kind of watch. Yeah, I have my little one up here today. So I figured I'd throw her on the scale. This will be the one and only time I ever do this. And I'm just doing it because we just now set it up, hooked it up. And you guys have seen her. You know, she's been around here growing, getting bigger, doing her thing. But, yeah, I don't showcase weights or anything like that. People ask all the time on the open platforms and things like I'm not chasing weight. So I actually have real reasoning for me, you know, wanting to start monitoring where they're at. So let me show you guys her. Well, what are you whining at? Or are you just going to get up there on your own? I bet you won't sit there when I need you to, will you? Knucklehead. Let's get that bad boy turned on there. Well, come here. Are you going to get on it? Huh? Get up there. Good girl. Oh, she got up there. Get up there. So she's right about 25, 26 pounds. She was kind of on and off, but when she stood there for a second, you know, it measured in, which is really accurate, because I did just take her to the vet for her 12 weeks for her shots and everything, and she was right at like 24 and a half or something like that. So she's doing really good, you know, really on a good course of growth. And once again, guys, I'm not chasing weights. I could sit here and bulk these dogs up to the point to where they're just humongous all day long, but that doesn't bode well for their health, and it doesn't make me happy inside either. You know, I'm not trying to put these dogs out there like that. I'd rather them be, you know, nice and healthy. You know, one of the great fisherman stories I you know, keep seeing is, you know, people showcasing dogs that I know for a fact are nowhere near as big as my male, but yet they're pumping out weights that are just astronomical. It's ridiculous. And I'm looking at these dogs going, come on, man, you're telling me that dog is, you know, bigger and more solid than this male that I have, and they're talking about females too. Come on, man, come on. So, be careful, guys. Be careful, guys. You guys want to, I'm not going to tell you what you want to do, but me myself, I want to make sure that I'm getting the best quality dog that I can. So, like I said before, I've said this 100 times. My dogs get out, they exercise, they run constantly. They're always moving, they're always doing a bunch of stuff. So, I know that they're getting their exercise and things like that, and we feed them on a really, regulated schedule. Now, I don't like minimize their food by any means. If they're hungry, I let them eat because I know how much they're exercising. So, and especially out here, this is one of the reasons I got the scale, so I can see how much is this going to go, up and down as far as their weight goes and how much they're eating as the summer kicks in, because we are right here in early June, almost mid-June, and it's been in the hundreds for probably the last week. So it's just something, more knowledge. The more knowledge I have, not just about my dogs, but about, the whole situation. Of course, the more valuable I can be with, what I can share with you guys. And that's really what I'm out here to do. So we're going to flip over here in a minute and show you guys some puppies. I always like to let the puppy fix get in there, especially when we have them. And I'm going to give you guys a realistic view of where these dogs are at as far as age and, not necessarily weight, but just how they look in size and stature and things like that. So, yeah, that's what we're doing, guys. We're just doing what we do, right? So hang out with us for a minute. We're going to pop over here to the house and we'll show the little guys. And she's going to start tearing up my rugs. She's a little turd. Don't you have a toy? Huh? Nadia. Nadia, don't you have a toy? Yeah, leave my rug alone. Little stinker butt. Stinker. Stinker. What? Now that I have her up here, she's really getting big fast. Goodness gracious. I haven't had a puppy this young in a long time. Probably about 3 years since I got Ace and Boogie. From my bro Tony over there. All the other dogs that we acquired from him were a lot, older in age. They were closer to like 6 months in age. So it's been a long time since I've had a really young puppy, guys. So I'm going back through the motions again. So, but it's all good. It's all fun. I love her to death. So we're gonna pop over here and see the little puppies, and then yeah, we'll go from there. All right. All right, guys. So let me show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. When I'm talking about quality puppies and quality dogs, this is the road that I'm leading down. Now I'm going to show you the puppies, of course, where they're at, with their age and everything. I'm not going to pick up, a gigantic 5-week-old puppy and tell you it's 2 weeks old. Come on, man. Come on, man. I think it's hilarious that people are doing stuff like that. I've watched it. I've seen it. I feel bad for the people that kind of get duped into that, but, once again, I can't speak on anybody else and what and why they do what they do, but this is part of why I keep the door open for you guys all the time here at RK. Just so you guys do have a good understanding, and we can all build that trust level. So that you guys understand, I'm bringing you guys everything unfiltered. You know what I mean? And that's really been the goal since day one. So let me show you these little knuckleheads. Well, who are you yelling at, Bubba? Yeah? Ruff. Get him. Ruff. Yeah, that's right. No, look at these little guys. Yeah? Talk about it. These little guys are hilarious. Let me see if I can get one. Okay. Now, that right there, we're just a little bit past 2 weeks. Just a couple of days. It's a beautiful little one, too. And I didn't pick up the biggest one on purpose. But I just want you guys to get a good idea. Get away from that light. Look at that face. Oh, yes. Such Pretty boy. Yeah, but you guys can see that. Beautiful, calm. Not all of them, as you can see. But he is a beautiful boy. Come here. They always jump at first, but then once they start to smell me and know who I am, they calm back down. Yeah, I know. You ready? What? Oh, yes, 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 yes. You're going to yell at me, huh? Yes, you're going to yell at me. Yeah. Very beautiful. But yeah, that's what it is, guys. That's what it is. Little knuckleheads. So, you know, as I was speaking on it, that's really where I'm getting to with the point of this. You know, just be aware, just be awake, just have an understanding, you know. Get to know whoever the breeder is that you're dealing with. Get an understanding of what it is that they're trying to do and what they're looking for even in their dogs. A lot of people are really overly obsessed with the size of them and the size only. Sure, we all want big, beautiful dogs, you know, especially Rottweilers, because that's what they are, a big breed. But me personally, I'm probably a little more overly obsessed with making sure that you're getting a good quality dog. You know, something that you can spend the maximum amount of time, you know, on this earth with, you know, because they are limited, you know, in their years. You know, I mean, you're typically talking 8 to 12, you know, years with Rottweilers, give or take, sometimes more, sometimes less. So I always say right around 10 years, you know, but you know, hey, when you're trying to get a dog, you definitely want to spend as much time with that dog as possible. You know what I mean? So, and you know, with that, I mean, that quality, I mean, you got to be on, you know, you got to understand that you get what you pay for too. So, you know, when you take into consideration the price of the dogs, you have to understand that too. Is that dog, you know, worth, you know, that price for, you know, to you to be able to enjoy that dog for the next 10 years? You know, that's always how I looked at it. My dogs absolutely are. I didn't argue the price one bit. You know, I was told my price, I paid it and kept it moving because I knew exactly what I was getting and I trusted, you know, the quality and, you know, of course, you know, Mr. Butler over there, I trusted, you know, everything that we were doing. So I didn't have to fuss and fight over anything because I knew exactly what I was getting. And it couldn't have turned out any better, to be honest. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, I just want to touch base with you guys. Like I said, I do find it entertaining myself. But I guess the people that are kind of getting duped in, you know, to some of these gimmicks, you know, it's probably not so good for them. But, you know, hey, just like I said, do your guys' homework. Do your homework. Make sure that you're good and comfortable with where you're at. And also, if the price seems too steep on a dog, you're probably not ready for a dog like that. Because most likely the upkeep on that dog is probably going to be, you know, a decent penny as well. You got to figure with these dogs, when we take them to the vet, we're paying double and triple on everything because, you know, a lot of the shots and things that they get go by their size and weight. So when you compare it to an average size dog or a smaller dog, you know, I'm getting, you know, triple, even sometimes quadruple the dosage, you know, like heartworm medicine, things like that. So, you know, it's not cheap. And then, I mean, we can talk about food. We can, you know, just keep the list going, you know what I mean? And trying to keep them entertained and the toys and, you know, sometimes they can get a little destructive. I mean, if you're not, you know, giving them enough attention, sometimes they'll tear some things up. You got to add that to the list of your overhead too. You know, if they tore up one of your favorite pair of Nikes, well, I mean, that's added to the list of overhead. So keep all that in mind. You know, keep all that in mind. I never want anybody to call me that's unable to care for the dog financially. You might have all the time in the world, but if you can't financially take care of the dog, that's just as much of a problem as not having enough time for him. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, just do your homework and just have an understanding of, you know, how much they eat and, you know, what the food costs and vet bills and things like that. And don't forget the unexpected vet bills. You know, at my old house, we used to have that I can't remember what it's called, but it's the separator between the rocks and the grass, and it's a little, you know, metal plate that goes into the ground. And I swear I probably had at least 6, 7 paw injuries just from that alone. So you get little things like that that happen. You know, sometimes, you know, you just never know. You just never know, injuries and things like that. So, and none of that stuff is cheap once you get down to the vet, especially with dogs this size. Everything's going to cost you. So, yeah, like I said, I just wanted to touch in on that. You guys know I'm not here to, you know, put my foot on anybody's neck or, you know, put anybody's name in my mouth, because that's none of my business. But I'm going to keep my people informed, the people that support me, that follow me. Not everybody has had Rottweilers for years and years. Not everybody knows all these things. So like I told you guys before, I'm going to continue to make these videos as though there are people watching that have no idea, but they're just really interested in getting a Rottweiler, you know. So if they can learn something from it, then by all means, you know, I want to be the one to help, you know, lead them down the right path. And I've had a bunch of people call me just to talk and ask questions too. They didn't necessarily want a dog right now. They may have even been looking at somebody else for a dog. Hey man, it is what it is. If you guys, you know, you're seeking that knowledge, I mean, and I got it, and I got some time to give, you know, I'll definitely sit down and chop it up with you. So, you know, that's it for today, guys. Like I said, just be careful out there. Just be careful. The gimmicks and the scams are real. They really are. But you guys know right here, we got, you know, we got a glass house that you can see right into. You know, it's very transparent and open. So, you know, if you guys have any questions, comments, man, throw them into the box. You know, we appreciate it. I always try to answer everybody. Keep it polite, keep it clean, you know, and I will definitely show the same respect in return. If not, I just boot you out of here. You know, I don't have time for the nonsense and the negative stuff. I'm kind of addressing a negative side note to everything, but it's not necessarily, you know, bringing negativity into what we're doing here. I'm really just trying to keep people informed, and just be careful. All right. So yes, we do still have that litter down. You guys just saw, we do still have a little bit of availability. Yes, they are all 100% Butler Kennel Bloodlines. No wait, no wait. So if you guys are looking, make sure you give us a ring. Please don't ask prices and all that into the comment box. Just give us a call. We're right here. If I don't answer, just leave a quick message and I'll get right back to you. A lot of times I'm busy cleaning kennels, you know, just dealing with the dogs and things like that. So, hey, we appreciate you guys. You know, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And thank you guys for everything. We appreciate you. All right. Have a good one. Thank you.